The Philippines Department of Tourism has just locked in a major partnership with Alex Eala, tying her name to an industry valued at $91 billion, and the ripple effects across women's tennis are already impossible to ignore. This isn't just another sponsorship deal. It signals a shift in market power and global attention. With a full-scale government-backed tourism push behind her, Eala is quickly becoming more than just a rising star. She's a national asset being positioned on the world stage. And that momentum is starting to put pressure on established endorsement giants like Coco Gauff, whose $31 million portfolio is now facing a new kind of competition. This isn't about brands anymore. It's about countries stepping into the game, and the Philippines is making it clear they're not slowing down anytime soon.
Well, it's not my first huge match. I think it's definitely going to be a tough one. Coco is an amazing player and playing at home, so I'm expecting a big crowd to rally behind her just because she's amazing.
To truly understand what the Philippines Department of Tourism is doing with its Love the Philippines campaign, you have to look beyond headlines and into the numbers driving the strategy. Before the spotlight, Alex Eala had built a respectable foundation, with career prize money sitting around $455,000 heading into 2024. Solid for a young player still establishing herself on the WTA Tour. Then came a major shift. In 2025 alone, she added nearly $1 million across 27 tournaments, pushing her total earnings to about $1.36 million, marking a massive leap in both performance and consistency. That upward trajectory carried straight into 2026. At a WTA 1000 event in Dubai, Eala secured roughly $100,000 and 215 ranking points with a quarterfinal finish, then followed it up at Indian Wells with another strong run that brought in even more earnings. That's when the timing aligned, and the Department of Tourism stepped in, recognizing not just a rising athlete, but a growing global opportunity, because what Cristina Garcia Frasco and the Philippines Department of Tourism recognized wasn't just prize money, it was demographic leverage. The Love the Philippines campaign, which replaced the long-running It's More Fun in the Philippines slogan, is built around a tourism industry valued at over $91 billion and responsible for roughly 23% of the country's total employment. Within that larger economic strategy, Alex Eala is no longer viewed as just a rising tennis star. She represents something far bigger, a strategic asset positioned at the intersection of sports, national branding, and global market influence.
I'm not mistaken. I think that some of you guys were cheering for me, so I appreciate it a lot. And I hope you guys enjoy the next match. But thank you for cheering for me for now.
But the numbers only tell part of the story. At the Australian Open in 2026, organizers recorded the largest crowd ever for a first Monday session, not just for that year, but in the event's history, and officials linked that surge directly to Alex Eala and her connection with the global Filipino diaspora. Even Novak Djokovic took notice, calling the packed conditions a good problem, a sign that Eala's presence is bringing in a new wave of fans hungry for the sport. That same view was echoed internally, with WTA leadership and media figures highlighting her impact both on and off the court, and the WTA Tour has been working closely with her team since 2021 to balance rising media demand with her development. What they see is clear. Eala represents access to a massive, engaged audience, the Filipino diaspora, and a younger, digitally active Southeast Asian fan base, a phenomenon some analysts have compared to the kind of cultural pull seen at a Taylor Swift concert. And that's where the real market tension begins, not from personal rivalries, but from a deeper shift in global attention. Endorsement strategies are starting to pivot toward demographics that even a star like Coco Gauff, despite her $31 million portfolio and partnerships with major brands, doesn't fully capture. The Eala effect became even more tangible in January 2026 with the launch of a WTA 125 event in Manila, where players from 17 countries competed, reinforcing the Philippines' growing role in the global tennis ecosystem. Backed by data showing the sports travel market expanding rapidly in recent years, the Philippines Department of Tourism is clearly building a long-term strategy around Eala, not just as a player, but as a gateway to a fast-growing international audience.
It's like every other match, Today I had to dig really deep, so I'm expecting that the next match I have to do even more, so I'm ready and I'm looking forward to it.
Then came Dubai, and the narrative shifted entirely. On February 19, 2026, Alex Eala faced Coco Gauff in the quarterfinals, and on paper, it was one-sided. Gauff cruised to a 6-0, 6-2 win. But the real story unfolded after the match. During the post-match interview, Gauff delivered a statement that many now view as one of the most telling moments of the 2026 WTA Tour season. She openly thanked Eala for bringing a new demographic into the sport, acknowledging the energy and passion of the crowd and encouraging that support to continue. Then came a symbolic gesture, Gauff presenting Eala with flowers, a moment that carried far more weight than the scoreline itself. Think about that. A player with a $31 million endorsement portfolio, fresh off a dominant win, publicly credited her opponent for reshaping the atmosphere of professional tennis. That's not insecurity, that's awareness. It reflects an athlete recognizing a real-time shift in the business and cultural dynamics of the sport. The deeper interpretation here isn't just sportsmanship, it's strategy. Gauff's words in Dubai weren't accidental. They read like market intelligence, an acknowledgement that something bigger is happening, and that adapting to it matters just as much as competing on the court.
Win or lose tomorrow, I think it's great for me to learn. Obviously facing a player like Coco is, something people would kill to do.
Yeah, thank you guys for all the support. Super happy to be playing with Alex and hope you guys can keep.
What happened next was something no one could have predicted. On March 9th, 2026, at Indian Wells Open, Alex Eala and Coco Gauff met again in the third round. Eala was up 2-0 in the second set when Gauff was forced to retire, later describing the pain in her arm as feeling like it was on fire. It was an abrupt and unfortunate ending, far from the kind of result either player wanted. But what stood out immediately was Eala's response. She was clear, respectful, and composed, calling Gauff a role model and openly stating she didn't want to win under those circumstances. That's the documented reality. Now compare that to the way some outlets and viral channels framed the moment, pushing dramatic narratives and labeling it as humiliation. The facts tell a completely different story, one of professionalism and mutual respect, not rivalry-driven drama. And beyond the headlines, Eala's rise speaks for itself. Her ranking trajectory makes it undeniable, from 147 in 2024, to 50 by the end of 2025, to 31 and climbing by March 2026. This isn't about one player falling off, it's about another player earning her place. Eala isn't rising because Gauff is slipping. She's rising because she's winning.
Everybody, it's Alex and Coco here. Thank you so much for all the support that you've been giving us this week, and hopefully in our next match, a lot of you will come out.
But here's the detail that completely reframes the narrative around Alex Eala and Coco Gauff. Many of the most viral stories pushing rivalry, jealousy, and controversy weren't just exaggerated, they were outright fabricated. One of the biggest examples was the supposed $45 million endorsement deal with Wilson Sporting Goods. Viral posts even included fake quotes about Eala planning to give the money away. But fact-checking quickly exposed the claim as false, tracing it back to a misleading image of former CEO Joe Doody, who had actually stepped down days before those posts began circulating. In reality, Eala remained signed with Babolat, using the Pure Aero 2023 racket. Another viral story claimed that in September 2025 she donated her entire $15.9 million